Hey everyone, welcome back to another video on JEDSTAR. What's more about the KRED launch on 22nd of January, what to expect in 2022 for JEDSTAR. Big reveals have happened on the recent Medium article that was published yesterday by Josh, who is the CEO of JEDSTAR. What I feel is really a big leap in terms of looking at JEDSTAR as a project. So let's quickly head over in this video for the KRED launch alone, and I'll be having multiple other videos that will follow with this Medium article. I'll leave the link to this Medium article as well in the description box below. You can go ahead and check that out and you can just have yourself read, and trust me, you will definitely be happy about it in terms of what's more you can expect from this project. Now, the best way to predict the future is to create it. Abraham Lincoln and countless others have uttered some variation of this quote, a statement true when Honest Abe first said it, and especially relevant to us, the JEDSTAR community, as the direction of the blockchain, crypto, and gaming in 2022 is becoming a whole lot less predictable than it ever was. That is, for us. With KRED's successful pre-sale and nearly 3 million raised, a heartfelt thank you to our investors and the community. Definitely, yes, a very big shout out to the entire community who have been patient and supportive towards the project. And that $3 million is not a small amount, guys. It's absolutely not a small amount at all. Now, together and as a community, we are creating the future that others are predicting. A future where Square Enix Holdings co-president Yosuke Matsuda thinks traditional gaming would offer no explicit incentive to a new and emerging group of players, people whose motivation is to play to contribute. A future where true ownership of assets is not a perk, and where time and effort invested gaming will be rewarded, all which is only possible by embracing blockchain technology. So damn true, because as far as I remember, I was reading another article as well where I think it's on Bitcoin Talks or on Cointelegraph. I don't actually remember it, but Square Enix Holdings recently were expressing their interest in terms of getting their games out in the blockchain. The main reason being the power and technology of blockchain would definitely help them elevate their gaming experience to a very new level. And it is all that, combining the best of both the markets, that is crypto as well as gaming. The main reason here being, once you have the best of both worlds, you can definitely tap into a whole new level of audience out there. And the people who are right now getting into gaming, they're always looking out for blockchain games. The main reason being true ownership of assets, be it your NFTs or in-game items, and two, your play to earn concept, right? So these two things are actually driving a lot of people to adopt into blockchain gaming. And the more earlier you are in, well, the best benefit that you would definitely reap, right? And as things kick into gear on 2022, marking the advent of what we believe will be the mainstream adoption of crypto, JEDSTAR and KRED will be at the forefront, riding the wave now, call it tsunami, that will take over the gaming and artist world. Not just a gaming company that leverages blockchain, but also as a BaaS, that is Backend as a service, and CaaS, currency as a service provider, delivering end-to-end services for gaming studios or indie devs and artists to quickly adapt and adopt blockchain. Now, what is this BaaS or CaaS? CaaS is something which is related directly to KRED, right? So KRED will be a single crypto which is aimed at being utilized as a single currency across multiple games, be it multiple games that are developed or developed by JEDSTAR alone, or co-developed with the help of skill games, which would be on Stardome, or be it for any other indie developer who is out there and who wants to create his or her own game that can be featured on Stardome network. That's on the later stage. But yeah, I believe that as far as the information I have, that would be something that they're also having a look into, because JEDSTAR is evolving itself into a gaming industry out there. So a game studio or a gaming industry. So that would definitely be there as a support in terms of building games and launching games on their platform from any other individual or a team of other developers from various other platforms. So on those grounds, any game that comes out from JEDSTAR or in partnership with anyone out there in the future, they would definitely be using KRED as the in-game currency. That would be a single token that can be utilized across multiple games. And how cool would that be? Because if you look at many of the blockchain games right now, each blockchain game has its own in-game currency, and one in-game currency that you have in one particular game cannot be utilized in the other game, whatsoever be the reason, right? So this is something which kind of is a revolution in my opinion. That's in a way to look at it. The main reason being, imagine where you're actually having crypto involved but in an indirect manner. And how is that? Very simple. Your in-game assets would be tradable by KRED, but however, the game itself might not be part of the blockchain. So, for example, today you see some of the games which are there on Steam. Now, Steam has its own certain token system for each and every game that's there, right? So, take for example, I play a lot of Dota 2. So, Dota 2 has its own in-game currency, and you can purchase it with your fiat or with the in-game currency, certain items which are there in-game. Imagine that currency now turns over to be KRED. KRED is part of the blockchain, but the game itself is not. But still, you can go ahead and utilize KRED to go ahead and purchase your items, and those items which are purchased using KRED can be tradable NFTs. So that's the kind of integration that I'm looking into in terms of games. Even though the games themselves might not be part of the blockchain, some of the in-game assets can definitely be part of the blockchain. So that kind of integration is surely possible, in my opinion, in my expertise of what I know about. But yeah, do let me know in the comment section below if you have a different opinion, or if you know anything regarding this factor as well. And when it comes to backend as a service, if you look at it one way, I believe that it would be kind of a support that they would render in terms of, say, a game development, a game launch, or sustaining a game. Like for example, you provide servers to host the game so that the game online survives and it accommodates more and more people to go ahead and play it, right? So that also becomes a service. So all these stuff will be your backend as a service, right? Be it in-game development or be it integration of your NFTs, these kind of services as offered from a gaming studio or a gaming industry, the same service is what is being offered from JEDSTAR. So if you look at it in one way, guys, they're not only aiming at having just a game built for themselves and release it in the market and go forward and start playing your game. That's not the way that they are actually looking at in this project. What they're really aiming is to pave the way for an easy adoption of any game which is out there, to convert it from a traditional game to a blockchain game. So that's the way that I'm looking at in terms of backend as a service. But I'll dig a little deep in this regard and probably get some more details on how this entire exact concept of backend as a service works out for JEDSTAR. But I'm very much excited about this particular concept in terms of both currency as a service and backend as a service, because right now this defines in terms of where JEDSTAR wants to be in the crypto space. It is not just a project where you just have a game like many other projects which are out there. Even though they call GameFi projects, yes, they have a game, they have their own token, they have their own NFTs, it's all good and fine. But JEDSTAR is not stopping at that. They're coming out with their own games, but in the same line they're also having a platform where other games can accommodate it. And what else do they have different from many of the other GameFi projects out there? Well, if you can have 10 GameFi projects which can be part of Stardom, just imagine a vague idea, then all those 10 games will only be utilizing KRED as the in-game currency. Now the internal game conversion might happen in a different node, but still Agora would be the marketplace for NFT trading. And what will you use for trading in Agora? Well, it's KRED. So think of it this way, I've been quoting this. JEDSTAR is always one step ahead. The main reason being KRED's utility was well defined even before the token is still launched. So KRED is already noted as an in-game currency which you could play to earn, as well as use it to trade your NFTs on the Agora marketplace. So this utility is already built in even before the token is launched, right? So that's what intrigued me in terms of this particular project. That's why I'm very much interested about this project personally. Now, KRED public launch, now that the pre-sale is over, JEDSTAR has built a solid foundation for growth for the next 5 years. And it is time for us to make KRED publicly available for trading, starting with PancakeSwap as the first DEX where KRED will be available. We will be providing KRED liquidity on PancakeSwap on Jan 22nd, 2022 and at 2022 hours Pacific time. They also speak about currently in talks with various Tier 1 centralized exchanges that we cannot name due to signed NDAs, and targeting our centralized exchange debut in Q2 2022, allowing early adopters to accumulate before seeing massive adoption. One way, yes, I definitely agree to their point. The main reason here being, you have a lot of projects which are listing on exchanges, but do you really think that the volume is actually coming out to them? Unless and until that exchange has volume in itself. I'm speaking of those Tier 2, Tier 3 exchanges. I have personally been seeing a lot of projects. Yes, they get listed. Yes, I understand, especially on the Ethereum side, people might complain about gas fees, and listing on exchanges might definitely help a lot of volume and make it much more easier for people to go ahead and buy so that they avoid gas fees. But do you really think that would make an impact in terms of the Binance Smart Chain? Because in the Binance Smart Chain, if you look at the numbers or values on the graphs, you can see that maximum of concentration in terms of daily volume is always happening on the decentralized exchanges with Binance. Polygon, Solana, Binance, decentralized exchange volume is much higher than these tier 2, tier 3 exchanges. Now tier 1 is a different logic altogether, because tier 1 is on a different league, so that's where you need to get yourself listed. And moreover, this signifies that they're very much serious about exchange listing, because they just do not want to be present in any one exchange just because for the sake of stating that okay, we are on this exchange, we are on that exchange. They want to be in those exchanges which really are aiding the project in future growth, right? So that's a decision that, yes, it's good in a way, it's bad in a way for few people, because a few people do not know how to use decentralized exchanges. But well, guys, this is what I personally keep saying, everyone. It's time for awareness, it's time for getting yourself educated. So go over to Google, go over to YouTube, you can check out my videos as well. Learn how to use the decentralized exchanges, because like I said, 2022 DeFi is definitely be going to take a major shift in what we have seen till now. So that's going to be in the mainstream in 2022. That's my personal and honest opinion, as far as I have been reading all the articles, all the materials that are out there in the press releases, right? So taking into account all this stuff, I believe centralized exchanges in 2022 might see a reduction in volume as compared to decentralized exchanges. So Uniswap, PancakeSwap, or any other swap which is out there, these will definitely gain a lot of volumes. And in fact, if you have still not known, Uniswap is also out there, available now on the Polygon network. Now, I also want to show you a quick video that was made from the JEDSTAR team in terms of announcing the KRED launch. And personally, guys, I really love the music. So I'll just play this quick snippet for you. It's available on Twitter. I'll leave the Twitter post as well for your reference, so that you can go ahead and check that out. I really love the music in this, guys. Well, I've been saying multiple times, but I fell in love with JEDSTAR's artwork. The main reason being the amount of detailing that they give, and in terms of the amazing artworks that they just put out. And a big shout out to Ryan or Tiamat, who had made this particular graphic. It's really cool and I really loved it. Well, this is it for this video, guys. I'm very excited for Jan 22nd when the KRED launch happens. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for more updates, because this is still not ending. Right now, there are a lot more things to speak about. The Star Staking, Agora platform, Star Dome, and what about the browser of JED? Yes, you heard me right. JED is planning to have their own browser. So all this stuff and my views about what it is all about, I'll be putting it out in various other videos. So stay tuned for that, and do subscribe and hit the like button so that we spread the word about JEDSTAR and I get your love and support for my channel. Thank you so much once again. Have fun and take care.